Coming up in this episode, a troubling start. We get interrupted by loud music.
If you hear tunes up there, that's my daughter in the apartment. She is my daughter.
We make a discovery from last episode.
I was looking a little large. Can't have that. So, yeah, I needed to slim down, and so I got a haircut.
I stopped using my words. I start hearing things.
If you can hear stuff, it's ice coming off the roof.
I use my technical terminology again.
It'll either go fizzle fizzle, or something should light up.
But we make it look good again.
All right, we're back on everything that's wrong with the car. And if you missed it, there's an episode I did at the beginning of the season. I'll put a link at the end of this video if you want to check it out. Last week, we put the Memphis hidden audio unit in. That's all installed now. This week, we got to fix either the pressure switch or maybe we can wire up that HVAC unit, or possibly the faux head unit. Maybe we make that thing light up. That could get tricky. I don't know if that's on a 5-volt system or a 12-volt that's in the car, but might be interesting to see if it blows up when we work on that. Other than that, I had to run it for a bit. Hasn't run in a while, so we fired it up, got it running. It's not charging right now. Interesting. That was a better restart. When it's running, it's slow. So that alternator could be a problem. One of the comments was to bypass that. So run a high lead basically from the starter up to the battery, see if it's a good connection. Probably do the same with the grounds. Make sure all those are good. But it could be the alternator. Last time we did one was 10 years ago, and I seem to recall doing the same thing.
I did actually check the battery and get the resting with the car off just to see where it's at, and it's pretty good. 12.7 is right in the okay range for Optima on a red top. Did do the battery tester as well on it, and everything was fine. So basically the battery's okay. The problem's got to be with the alternator or the wiring.
Had to do that as well. It hadn't run well. I like to run them once a month sort of thing. Even had to do the RV. That's not fun getting into that. Need to run this one too. We're in. No sign of the rodents. I'll have a closer look in a minute. Whew. This one I just stick a solar charger on outside. Seems to work. So, you know what I like to do is exercise the jacks as well. That thing's a pain in the butt. But anyways, I cycled it. So anyways, they're all happy now for another month. So we can get to work on doing the rest of this. If you hear tunes up there, That's my daughter in the apartment. She is my daughter. Oh yeah, one other thing. Last episode, I was looking a little large. Can't have that. So, yeah, I needed to slim down, and maybe I should work on that. So I thought I would. So I got a haircut. All right, as you can see, I got the head unit off, our FAUX head unit off of the car's dash, and basically started wiring things up. I've gone through a couple combinations. I've been able to get this red light to come on, and at one time I got these to all light up. However, well, and I should actually say I got this display to light up, but it was just everything that was on the display. So it's kind of, it just makes it look like garbage. Whereas if I just leave this on, or if I had those lights, I would just leave those on. The problem is when I went to wire the pins, I bridged a couple pins and it doesn't work anymore. Probably poofed it. But anyways, you know, with these two leads going here, I can get the security light to come on. So I think that's what I might either hook up to ignition, or I might put it on the remote from the head unit we have that's hidden. We'll see. I might put a connector on this, as long as it'll pass through the opening in the dash, and then decide if I want to wire it up or not. So just made my quick disconnect there, so when I stick this back on the dash, I can hook a quick disconnect to it. These ends of these wires I'll wire into the car, but right now I've got them going on the battery here. If it all works okay, it should light, that little light should come on there when we hook it up. There we go. We're good. This part we just have to wire up in the car. Okay, as you can see, I've got my wire done here, got it all routed through. I grounded over here and hooked it up to the remote off of the radio. So that little light we got on here, where the heck is it? Right there, will pop on with this through that wire right there when I turn the radio on. So I'll know when it's on basically by this, which is cool. So all I got to do is reapply my double-sided tape. I'll put that on there, but I don't want to do that yet until I got the instrument pod back in so I can get it all lined up properly. So we'll leave it like this for now. Get it later. Actually, probably gonna work on that next, so that's gonna come out. All right, I'm going after the HVAC to see if I can wire that up. I know what you guys are saying. You're supposed to fix all the mechanical stuff first, like that alternator, which could keep me from using the car. I'm not really feeling that right now. Hurt my back last week fixing the snowblower. I split it in half, blew out a bearing. And of course tweaked my back doing that, so I don't feel like reaching around and underneath and everything doing the alternator, so it's HVAC it is, because it's right here. So, I know you guys are fellers out there, you're all saying, get on the mechanical stuff. It's just that one. So, the reason I wanted to take this panel off too is because I need to run power. I know I ran power for this, and I can see the wire here. What I might actually do is just tap into that, because all I need is LED light power here. I need very little watts. I have very little amps that I need. If you can hear stuff, it's ice coming off the roof. That time of year. Well, the guy that put that in there put it in pretty good. Nice and tight. Alright. Let's go do a little homework. As you guys have seen, I've just wired up the first couple of slots. I did get a diagram, a wiring diagram for those pinouts on the back of this from somebody years ago. And I can't remember who sent it to me, but whoever did, you know who you are, and thank you. Now we want to try this. I've just hooked up the first positive and negative that were basically listed on what he sent me there in that layout of the pinouts. And I know when I tried it years ago, I got a couple to work. So I'm just going to try it again with these first two to see if it does basically what I need it to do right now. I just want it to power up right now. I'm thinking that's good enough for now. Similar to what I did with the FAUX radio. So, negative's hooked up. If we stick this onto the positive, it'll either go fizzle fizzle or something should light up. Nothing. Let's carry on and add a few more positives and negatives and see what we get. Added a couple more. Negative hooked up here. Oh, the lights there came on. Okay, good. It's a start. If I put all these together. The old man shakes. Okay. That's something. Now, I don't think this will do anything. I think that's basically what was broken because I don't get any click and I think it would move across to just the fan. I think this was a broken part. So I think that's what's broken, is this is not working. Maybe if it was hooked up properly, it would, but good enough for me. Yeah, look at that. That works. Huh. Cool. Cool. I can go up and down on the temperatures, and then I think that's about all it's going to show, other than it's they're lighting up like that. Huh. Hey, I'd be happy with just that alone. All right. Well, I'll hook up a connector to this for a quick disconnect. I'll hook something into the car as well. I've got where I put that light socket. What was it? Oh, it was a cigarette lighter. I don't smoke. Never going to use it. I just put it in on a 5 amp circuit in case I wanted to plug a USB thing in there. So this hooked up to it on a 5 amp circuit would be fine. I don't need to add a fuse. That's all I need. I'll just wire it into that circuit in the car and put a quick disconnect on it. On that pressure sender in the gauge and having issues with it, I realized afterwards, with the kit that I got from Mav for the gauge package, was a new sender in there. I'm thinking I should probably put that on. I just assumed it would be the same whether this sender was already on the car for the old gauges or the new sender, but that could be the issue. So let's put that on next. And then we could finish off all of this. I know. Alternator. Tight to see, and I know you guys will have trouble seeing here, but this is what we're after. And it's on an extension, and I'm anticipating some oil coming out. And the exhaust is right there below it, which could make for a mess. This comes off of here. It's one of them fellers is gonna make it work. Nothing. All right, well, here's what I ended up taking out of the car. It had a little extension on it because this was so it could clear the oil housing area. Anyways, when I take this off, it actually looks like a 1/4 inch MPT fitting, and my sender is a 1/8 MPT fitting. So obviously I need either adapter or get a different fitting. So I got to reach out to both those. I think I can get some adapters by tomorrow. Maybe I'll do that. Wait for those to come in and try that, or I might just end the video here and we'll do this another day. So I reached out to these guys, which is KMGY in Hungary. Everything they make over there is NPTF. I guess that's special thread for a fuel fitting, and I guess tapered to it. So then I was on to, well, we've got an MPT here, like I was saying earlier, that's going into the block. So we need an adapter. So when it comes to weird adapters, Amazon to the rescue. And that's a 1/4 inch MPT thread with a 1/8 MPTF female. So I might have to go this into this, and this into that, and then into the block. If I get lucky, I could just go this into the block, but I don't think it's going to clear where it needs to in there. So anyways, we'll do that. Plug out. I don't know if you guys can see or not, but it's just tough. You're gonna have to make do. Not enough room for all of us. Pretty tight. This isn't as easy as it looks, guys. I'm standing on the ladder because I don't want to bring the car down. I got the Camaro underneath. You guys are, you know, not where you were before because there's the tires there now. Got that out of the way. So give me my wrench back. And yeah, so it's a fight. Okay, with the fired up. I guess we'll leave that. See how long that stuff takes to set up. Spark test. First thing I'm gonna do is we'll turn it on. I don't know if I can't remember if this thing runs through a little test or not, but it says basically 6 bar on the top, 3 in the middle, 0 on the bottom. I think you guys can read. I'm just gonna throw it to the on position. I don't think it sweeps through or anything. I've got everything plugged in. See if it works. But if I start it, I'll start it just for a minute, because I want to see if any oil squirts out in the back. So I haven't got the garage door open because it's snowing out and I don't want shit in here. Yeah, and it was clean when I put it out there. So if I start it and run it, it'll just be for a moment. And then I'll go check and see if once I get oil pressure here, hopefully it reads something. I'll go check back there and see if it's squirting out everywhere. On position. I saw the needle move a little bit. right now. It should start coming down a little bit after it warms up. No leaks, so that's good. And the bars are staying high, which it didn't before. So I think that's a good result. We're fixed. Yeah, that's much higher than I've ever seen it. And it's coming down. I think we got it. Huh, no leaks. Oh, I'm a happy guy. That's great. So that's done. Next thing, I'll put this all back together. It's just a couple bolts underneath it. Pulls that down, puts it back in, then I can stick the head unit back on there and get that lined up. But I don't know if you noticed, but there's an issue. Car's off right now. HVAC is on. I was sure I had a switched source for that, and that's what I was using. Apparently not. So I just got to find a different source to plug that in, and which is no biggie. I'll just either do an add a fuse in there or just find another circuit to put it on. That's not a biggie. So with that, I didn't notice the voltage, but imagine it was still low. I know, I'm not supposed to be working on cosmetic stuff. I'm supposed to be fixing mechanical first, so back's better. Yeah, it's next, but it's going to be next episode. See ya. There you go. Left a couple inches on there just so you can see. 2 inches in an hour. It's gonna be a night.